Hello, I'm James Michael Tyler. We're here today in New York City with Malachy McCourt, the author of History of Ireland. Malachy, thank you for being with us today.
I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be anywhere. Any day above ground is a good one, so thank you.
I understand that you wrote this book in longhand.
I did.
And
I
why?
wrote with a pen, with various pens. I keep loads of them with me in my I think they're lurking in here somewhere. Some of them anyway. There they are.
What's different about your take on Ireland in this book?
The history is usually written by the winners, and their people are heroes. And but the Irish didn't win. They haven't won yet. So this is the triumphant history of the loser. In the 1840s, 1845, when the Brits had herded all the Irish into the most unproductive, non-fertile land in the whole country. They were in corners with swamp and stone and all that. But you can grow a potato, which was brought from America by Sir Walter Raleigh, and he offered it to Queen Elizabeth. And she said, "What's that?" And he said, "It's a tuba, Your Majesty, a tuba. It's quite ugly," she said. "Give it to the Irish." And dismissed it. And so he did. The potato was like the rice to the Chinese and to the Asians. Potato was a staple diet. They used to eat 14 pounds a day, the average man.
What I know best about Ireland is its pubs. How do they figure into your book?
The pub was the center of social life. The pub keeper there was a certain ecclesiastical equivalent here. When you go into a church, you have an altar, you have a tabernacle, you have wine, you have water, altar, congregation, pulpit. Pub, and the priest. You have the priest. Tabernacle is the cash register. The altar, congregation. You have wine, water, and sometimes they're mixed. And you charge a lot. But there's an exchange. There's offerings in the plates, there's offerings in the pub, then there's confessions, and there's direction, and there is consolations, and there's consultations. So there's a certain similarity to pub and the church. But people might think I might be carrying that too far.
In the book you talk about Bono, who is of course Ireland's best-known rock star. What is it about his upbringing and heritage that contributes to his music?
There always seems to be music in the air in that country. And there's always sound of, you're never far from the sea. And I think that's what, my theory is that all island people are nuts, cuckoo, loony, because the sea is inexorable in its sound. It goes shh, in, out, in. And sometimes you want to say, will you stop just for 10 minutes? And it won't. And you say, will you stop? And you go crazy. So anyway, but then on the other hand, you have that quiet rhythms at all times. And so there's always the song.
You talk in the book about Irish character. What are some of the typical traits?
One trait of the Irish is that we have very long memories and a wonderful, exalted sense of resentment. Although the Irish are supposed to be open and gregarious and all that sort of thing, it's a ruse to confuse the oppressor. And they use the language, always use the language to confuse the Brits, you see. And never use one word where 100 will do. Malachy McCourt's History of Ireland.
You can pick this up at your local bookseller or just by clicking the link. Until next time, I'm James Michael Tyler. Goodbye from Book Club.
Only for nights in Ballygrand I'd swim over the deepest ocean, only for nights in Ballygrand.